Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is going to be my review for Have and Have Not Season 4, Episode 20. Now this one, it wasn't really all that eventful. It was cool though. It was cool because we start right back where we ended. We actually, Benny and David are just rolling all over the ground fighting. That fight kind of started to get on my nerves. And the gun's out at this point. Mitch actually gets in and breaks him up. Benny has, this department was killing me. Benny's hollering, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to kill me. And David's like, come on, And for 5 minutes, 5 of our minutes, Mitch and Benny is swinging around. Benny got this gun in his hand. Swinging. And then at some point, the gun kind of went off. And then Mitch is like, okay, enough of this shit. And he finally takes the gun off of Benny. And I just was kind of looking at it. I'm like, I don't know how I was supposed to feel, but I just kind of looked at them. I didn't think they were funny. I didn't think it was exciting. I just kind of looked at the two of them. It was like stupid and older stupid. Benny can't get it in his head that David don't give a shit about Veronica. He's still going back and forth to David, talking about, yeah, your wife wants all of this. He thinks that little ding-dong here is it, honey. And David's like, you're a child. You're a child. Like, period. She's a woman. She used you. You're a child. And nobody's worried about your little dick. Nobody's worried about it. Benny's literally stuck there. Tell me in the comments what y'all think. Like, that's all I'm seeing. He never got down to the fact that you got your ass snatched up because of Jeffrey. It was not about Veronica. Anyway, so all of that played out. It all ended up being this whole big thing. He finally got Benny to go inside of the building. Mitch is like, let me talk to you, David. David's being all, y'all better get out of town. I'm a judge, this, that, and the other. I'm going to bury you all. This, that. Oh, he went on talking his shit. And then Mitch told him, your phone in your car is ringing. Get in your car and take that phone call. You might feel differently about it. Because he's like, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Come to find out, Mitch is Mama Rosa's grandbaby. And that's basically Mama Rosa told told David, drop this shit. That's my grandbaby. He doesn't want to be part of the family business, but he will call the family out when there's an issue. Right now, you're the motherfucking issue, and you kind of know how we get down. So you may want to just leave this alone. Let my grandboy do what he's doing. Leave that shit alone. Well, my problem, basically David's problem not with Mitch, his problem's with Benny. Well, that's okay because Benny is part of Mitch. So what you're going to need to do is leave my motherfucking grandbaby alone. I understand that young boy is banging your wife and all that. Turn their goddamn phones on and leave them alone so I don't have to do your motherfucking ass. And that's basically what Mama Rosa told. And she's like, and I'm behind you. That motherfucker looked out his rearview mirror. Mama Rosa's car was right back there like, y'all know how the mob do it, honey. Going to tear his ass up, honey. So David dropped it and went on, called Brandon, a.k.a. Oscar, and told him turn their phones on. I don't want to get fucked up. Turn their phones on. All while this is going on, we got Candace and Candace is outside watching Oscar. And she's actually speaking to, why can't I think of her girlfriend's name right now? This is crazy. But anyway, they talked about how she was going to mark David and all of that. They went through all of that. She told, everybody goes to the Sarandon, honey. So she went to the Sarandon. She was there with this little sissy that's a friend of theirs. Another little dark-skinned sissy he's an actor. And they went through this whole thing of how he was supposedly leaving her there and He's going to leave her there and talk about, I didn't know you were married. Well, I am, but I love you. They put on this whole thing so that David can see it. And Candace basically told her how to reel him in, and it worked like a charm. He went over there, offered her the little napkin, and she was like, I don't need your napkin. She stormed on away. So he's right in her line of fire. She gonna get David's ass. So Plan David is in full effect, flat out. So they go through all of that, and I was like, that was cool. That was cool because that's how they do this. She's like, girl, this is like old times. She's like, hell yeah, girl. And they got a kick out. She's like, just with bigger fish. So they got all that going. Benny and Mitch are in there having a conversation. That was so funny in the office. And Benny's like, I beat his ass, this, that, and the other. And Mitch was like, well, I don't know what fight you was in, but you did not beat his ass. That old dude was holding his own, and he was giving you the business. Y'all was going at it. And Benny's like, no, I don't know what you said. I beat his ass. We're like, no, Benny, you did not beat David's ass. At that point, when Mitch came and broke y'all up, you were on top. But, baby, you didn't beat David's ass. Come on. Stop. All that testosterone got you losing your mind. But anyway, so he told him, he's like, the phones are going to come on. He's like, well, what did you who do you think you are? I done beat his ass. I done fucked his wife, this, that, and the other. He still ain't turning on it. Next thing you know, the phones start ringing off the hook, child. They start getting business. And Betty's just kind of looking at Mitch like, what? And he's like, I told you all I did was talk to him. Some type of conversation will take care of some things. I'm like, Benny, you are so goddamn stupid. I mean, just he is. He's just he's so stupid to the point that it makes it hard to watch his scenes at times because he's so fucking stupid and so gullible. Just ridiculous. But anyway, moving on. So we had this whole little thing with Hannah. Hannah is still, she's trying to figure out how she's going to get this baby. So she's like, I gotta do something. She goes to Candace's house. Candace is not home. The nebby bitch from across the street with the gay ass little son, that's the police officer. She out there walking a dog she ain't got. So pay attention to all that, because all these little signs is leading up to she really need to be at home somewhere, because I think she has like a little thing going. She come and goes like that Twilight. It's this little thing called Twilight, and it's kind of like one of the things that lead up to Alzheimer's and dementia. She got it. Because sometimes she's on and sometimes she's not. But one thing that she's always on, she's a nebby fucking bitch. But she's out there talking about walking this dog that don't exist. She got the dog leash. Ain't no dog, though. And she got this folder. And she out there walking around. She all up on Candace's lawn and shit. All over by Candace's house. Steadily going on. Hannah walks up. Her and Hannah end up having an exchange back and forth. She's still going on about that man that was over there that never did come out and all of that. Then she started making reference. She's like, do you smell that? Something really stinks. So I'm like, okay, so now I'm thinking, how is it? Now, Hannah is a housekeeper. This is what you do as a job. That's your profession. How does she smell the dead flesh and you don't smell it? Tyler, you stretch it again. But she said something like 3 times about the smell. Well, I need to call the city to come out and do the sewers or something. You don't smell it over on your side, though. You smell it over here. You're going to call the city about the smell over on her side. Tyler, you reaching. And then Hannah didn't smell. Nobody else smells this. Candace done been there. Jeffrey's been there. And God knows who else. Benny's been there. Nobody smells it but the nebby bitch across the street. Whatever. Anyway, so she's sitting up there, she's going on, she said, yeah, didn't you say I got, the cameras don't lie. My family, she went into the whole thing, my family thinks I got dementia, but my cameras ain't got dementia. I seen that man go in there and it's on the camera. She had a picture of Quincy. Get ready to go up in Candace's house. Then she also said that she never saw Candace let him in. But she know he went up in there. And you didn't call the cops either. Somebody broke in her house, but you ain't called the cops. Tyler, stop playing. Anyway, so they go through all that. She shows Hannah the picture. Hannah calls out his name and everything else. I'm like, oh, God, Hannah. So, yeah, that's Quincy Maxwell, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So they go through all that. So now she's saying, Candace let Quincy up in the house. Do you really believe that? And nothing is clicking to her. You ain't seen or heard of or from Quincy or his sister or anybody else. Everybody know baby's at the hospital. Come on, Hannah, bitch. So it's kind of just getting stupid around this little situation. It's getting stupid. But anyway, so they end up dropping it, and she ends up going on home because Candace pulled up. Candace and Hannah had this exchange back and forth. And she's like, you're not getting my baby. And she's like, beg, what do you want me to beg you? I'll beg you. She's like, you don't even have anything. And I mean, she was so nasty to her. Oh my God. I don't know how Hannah did it, because if one of my kids talked to me like that, I'll just yank their motherfucking tongue out. I'm telling you, we would never be continuously having this exchange. I would be in jail, because I can't imagine Trayvon or Dontre. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, I gotta beg you and plead with you. I mean, I do that, because that's what we do with our kids. You beg them and you plead them to do what you want them to do. But when it gets to a point where that child is just disrespectful, and then they feel like they got the upper hand, man, I'll fuck one of them up. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, for real. Like, I'll go ahead on downtown and do my motherfucking time, because I would not have a motherfucker whose ass I turned up for years, cleaning, changing, putting diapers on, and feeding and carrying on, and all the shit you gotta do, and you stand up in my face talking big shit, man, I will fuck one of them two up, okay? Quit playing. I don't know how Hannah does it, but Candace talk cash shit to her. Do you hear me? Cash shit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She said, I got 800 and some odd dollars in my purse. Give it to me. She literally gave it to her. I'd have gave her something out of my purse. Some motherfucking nunchucks. Back! I'd have kicked her fucking ass. Then she told her, I can't even buy myself a purse with this. You have nothing to offer me. Get up off my property, Hannah. You're not getting my baby, and don't walk on my motherfucking grass. I was like, oh, this bitch. So Hannah done ate it all up. She had an appointment. She had told Mrs. Cryer she was going to come see her. She ends up going over to see Mrs. Cryer. Mrs. Cryer lets her know. She shows her where she has she has made an amendment to her will. She has willed $5 million to Hannah upon her death. Hannah's like, I can't accept it. Yeah, you can, and you will. So that was that. And she's like, well, I hope I outlive you, She's like, whatever. I did it because you deserve to have it. If I go, you deserve to have it. So they go through all that. So then Hannah hit her with the he, honey. If I go to jail, would you get me out? She's like, Hannah, bitch. What you talking about, honey? What have you done, bitch? And Hannah wouldn't tell her. Hannah went flat out the door. So the last scene we actually see, Hannah actually went and kidnapped motherfucking little Q from the goddamn hospital. Just took him and a big old teddy bear right on out of there. I said, okay, Tyler, whatever. So yeah, she's walked right on out. I promise you it don't work that way. You can't hardly walk right out the motherfucking hospital with your own motherfucking kid and ain't no issues going on. They watch kids like a fucking hawk in a hospital. And if you're at a hospital where they're not watching children like a hawk, get the fuck out of that hospital, because something's wrong with them. But anyway, we're in Tyler Perry world, so we're just going to move on. So Hannah's ass is on the run. Okay, so let's see, what else? Jim and the goddamn man from the bank. The manager. He goes down there. Well, apparently now he's under scrutiny because of the fact that he went all around getting all this money, cash money to give to Candace and all of that. They all know that the money is there at the jail and all of that. They're talking back and forth. But I'm like, Jim is sure conducting a whole lot of business and getting a whole lot of visits. Sorry, y'all. Tyler Perry land. Anyway, so they go back and forth. Well, there's another situation. There's some falsification of records on some of the actual loan forms. The signatures for the mortgage and all of that to agree with all the stuff, to put the tow yard up, is Benny's signature, but it's been forged. The signatures don't match. So Jim's like, well, this is getting better all the time. He's like, good. Call Candace down and tell her, bring that money back or you're sending the police for her. So now we've literally sped up the process now of them fucking with Candace. So we got that whole thing going on. Next, and the very last thing I'm going to talk about, Candace and Jeffrey. They get together, they get to talking. She's kind of having a heart to heart with Jeffrey and telling him, I'm just tired. I am so tired. I'm tired of all of this shit, And Jeffrey's like telling her, because she said, I'm going to put my baby up for adoption, and that's what she had been crying or whatever. And Jeffrey's like, okay, you would do that as opposed to give them to your mother. Why won't you give them to your mother? And then she's telling her, I actually had conversations with your mother, and I've had a dealing lately with your mother, and your mother walks the right walk. Like, honestly, she does. She's like, yeah, with everybody but me. She's not getting my baby, period. So she throw it back at him and asked him, would you give your mother your baby? He's like, well, yeah, I ain't got no other choice. And that's what he let her know. I literally, I have to go to this engagement party and propose to Melissa, because if not, my mother's going to send the police here. She's blackmailing me to send the police here with a search warrant and all of that. That motherfucker Candace said, see, you didn't stick the knife in far enough. And Jeffrey's like, I didn't mean to do that. I just snapped. She said, well, snap again. I said, oh, Candace, you are too much. You are too much. So basically, that's kind of where it actually ended out. So like I said, it wasn't a very, very eventful episode. It was kind of like filling in the blanks kind of episode, which we need because we're getting to the end. So, all right, so that's that. Now, what I do have to go check out, you guys, is this whole new thing on the TLC channel starting next Monday. Tyler has this Too Close to Home show coming on. So this is going to be his first shot at a white family and their bullshit and all of that. And not, because, of course, they haven't had Nazis mixed with the whites and the blacks. This is some straight up white folks. Straight up white folks. Some shit dealing with the presidency and a Monica Lewinsky type of bitch. So I got to go check that out, and I'll get with y'all, and I'll let y'all know what's going on. But what it really, true to form, Tyler Perry, it ain't nothing but his knockoff version of Scandal. So I'm going to say that. That's just from me watching the trailer. Knockoff of Scandal. And he need not get too close, because I ain't got no respect for that. Don't get too close. And I think that just in the previews, it seems a bit too close for me. But I'm going to check it out, and I'll get with y'all. All right. Bye, y'all.